Made by Cody versus Otterly Adorable.
That's gonna be fun for you to say all game, by the way.
Utterly adorable.
You just need to stare at the camera and just make awkward eyebrows at it every time.
Utterly adorable.
Utterly adorable. No, okay. So Riot moving into Worlds was like, everybody needs a buff. You get some damage, and you get some damage, and you get some damage. Everybody gets some damage. All of the, it's funny, because the last 3 patches coming through, Riot was like, we're removing front-end damage, because we want more counterplay, more time to plan out your abilities. We don't just want you getting annihilated. And then they buff Kha'Zix, and Darius, and just about everybody else who does tons of damage.
Exactly,
it's like,
yeah.
Riot, did you not read the patch notes? Because you said, and then you did. I don't know. Yeah, Viety, they're doing Dota balancing. Please no. Please don't turn this into Dota. And where's Briar to flame me for making fun of Dota? I don't hear it. Good. Okay.
We are
25 viewer and Cody. Come on, man. It's 27. Dude, this is nuts. Okay, going back to the bans right now, we've got Darius instantly banned away, and if there's anybody who's happier about Darius buffs than Seal, I don't know who it is. The man was crushing with Darius in his, quote, balanced state. Now he's legitimately OP, and that's a very good first ban. Zed and Akali also taken off the table. Akali still has not been nerfed. Just gonna put that one out there. That since her release and Bjergsen going 14-2 in the LCS didn't get nerfed. Still a good ban. Kai'Sa also taken away. Probably the strongest AD carry in the game right now. Everybody knows how much I like ADCs, but taken off the table as well as the Vayne. That's a little bit strange from my perspective. Vayne not
we
really
might have played it last game.
Maybe so, but Vayne is just not in a good place right now, and especially if Comsquee was planning on picking up the Caitlyn, that is a notoriously good matchup for Kate. So that taken off the table anyway, and the Ahri Assassin matchup in the mid lane. If that doesn't sound like a targeted ban to me, that's not usually the champion you go, I just want to ban Ahri today. Not really, because she hasn't been seeing a ton of meta play outside of there are a couple of streamers who play her, but not primary in the meta at the moment.
We
and
are
the Callista
made by our
What do you think about that, Otter?
I don't really think that champion's very good right now. But if you are able to get ahead early, you can turn it into a fairly substantial lead and try and close the game out before the enemy AD carry can match your damage. But I do like their other 2 picks in the Jackson Vlad. As they ban Poppy out.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct on the Kai'Sa. She's been garbage. So the Kai'Sa's kind of like a Azir in that Azir is just this ridiculously OP champion at top level play, and then Kai'Sa is this, Callista. Kai'Sa is OP too, but Callista she's OP at top level play, and she's she's just okay if you have moderate. She scales well with your mechanics, and if you have excellent mechanics. You see, nobody noticed it until you said it. No, but she scales with your mechanics. So the better you get, the better she is. So they had to nerf her for the top level. So for everybody who sucks like me, then she's just garbage. They took away 50 range, and you can't have a short-ranged lane bully, not at like 500 range, because then they just walk away. So she does okay. She has a lot of very, very bad matchups right now in lane, and that's where she's supposed to be the strongest. In other news, Cody gifting his 29th sub. What is going on? I looked down. I was explaining Callista and why she is not good right now, and then I looked back, and Cody had 29 subs. It was 25 when I looked down. Okay. Meanwhile, the entire queue has filled out. What do you think about these teams, Seal?
Seal? We're all just name it.
I just read Seal.
Seal walks in, Master Yi. for the top lane in theory, I think. Unless they decide to swap it out with the Jax. I actually, even though we talked down the Kalista pick, I do like the side of Otterly Adorable's team slightly more than the side of Paid by Cody. Because of the late game threats with the Yi, Jax, and Vladimir, that team fight is not going to be fun for specifically Comsquee on this Caitlyn.
Yeah, I agree, with the exception of if Chicken Legs is awesome. If Chicken Legs is awesome, with those Taric ultimates, you have the refresh from Master Yi. You have the Vladimir burst damage that you're going to be coming through. So if he can block both of those, Vladimir flashes into the backline, tries to obliterate your AD carry, as he does. And then Master Yi goes in and tries to get a quick reset. If he doesn't have Q, Master Yi is pretty much useless. Alpha Strike is his only gap closer and can very easily kite it. So if Taric drops the ultimate in the right situation and absorbs the initial burst damage, I think that Paid by Cody has the advantage in the long-term team fight. However, if that doesn't happen, I think you're right. And it's not a very good ADC meta right now. So even if Comsquee does manage to get ahead of the Kalista in the bot lane, not thinking it's going to matter too much unless this game goes to 40 minutes. Because after
the Jax and Messi, it'll be a little rough for her in late game.
Yeah, unless she's awesome. Okay, there's this really neat combination you can do with Caitlyn. So when Jax is about to jump on you, once he locks in the leap strike, you can drop your W underneath you and animation cancel that with your E, and it throws you backwards, hits him with the 90 caliber net. He lands on the trap, so you're outside of his leap strike range. He lands on the trap, and you get 2 instant headshots, and you could combo that with your Q, and you could almost 100% him if you have 6 items. But that's if you're double lift. I'm not double lift, so I can't always. Choices. Cody has broken 30 subs, guys. Cody has broken 30 subs. Okay. Not sure what to say about that. Wow.
So it is. So
wow. Okay, so.
You're gonna roll through teams?
Yeah, we'll do that in a few seconds. What do you think? What do you think about this mid lane matchup? Vladimir versus Syndra. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Vladimir and Syndra. Vladimir has a difficult time in the very early laning phase, but as soon as he gets a little bit of magic resist and gets some healing under his belt, Syndra's just really not going to be able to touch him because of her ultimate and her all-in potential at level 6 is just negated by that.
Cool.
Anyway, so ticking down, let's go through teams and players right now. You want to do Paid by Cody?
Sure. For team Paid by Cody, we've got Comsquee playing Caitlyn in the bottom lane position, Com Poison playing Syndra in the mid lane, Com Chicken Legs, 3 Comanche players. Chicken Legs is playing Taric in the support role. Talimare, I think is how that's pronounced. I'm not even sure. Talimare is playing Aatrox in the top lane, and Timeni playing Lee Sin in the jungle.
Yep, and for the side of Utterly Adorable, we've got Nijat on Vladimir in the mid lane. I Love Chicken Legs on Jax in the jungle. We've got Phantom of Temp taking Kalista in the bottom lane ADC role. No free names on Thresh in the bottom lane supportive role. And Delicious Seal taking the Master Yi in the top lane. He couldn't get the Dunk Master Darius, so he went for discount dunks with Master Yi. So we'll see if that ends up going his way. He is playing into that Aatrox. He has the Alpha Strike to dodge out on the knockups and execute damage. So we'll see how that goes down. They don't have a lot of point-and-click CC. Actually, they have, with the exception of Lee Sin Kick, they only have a very small amount of CC to deal with Seal in team fights. So that could definitely, I like how you pointed that out, that could definitely be problematic going into the later stages of the game, because if they can't lock Master Yi down, he might just eat them alive.
Yeah, and then even if they manage to lock down Yi, you still have the Jax and the Vlad as well. So it's 3 targets they have to try and lock down. We're all aiming for their backline.
Yeah, and then they don't even have like a deals crazy amounts of damage. I mean, if Aatrox manages to get ahead of Yi in the top lane, he's kind of like this midline damage. He deals a decent amount, but he's not just going to 100% to zero your front line really fast. Lee Sin, the reason I kind of don't like Lee Sin so much is that he really falls off in the late game. You guys have heard me say this a ton of times, but my favorite Lee Sin build to see Lee Sin's on my team go is the hyper tank build. You know, you go 1 damage item like your warrior enchant, and then you go into maybe a second one, but then you just build flat tank. Because in toward that late game, you're basically a flash kick, and that's about it. Unless you can get a lucky Q onto the back line. So what I really prefer to see is the tanky more Lee Sin. But with the Dark Harvest, he's looking for that super execute. That means they don't really have a front line with the exception of Chicken Legs. That's really problematic when you have Yi who wants to reset off of squishy targets. You have Jax who just in the late game, you end up with Jax just being able to 3-shot somebody, which is kind of obscene considering how tanky he is and the fact that he can dodge auto attacks for 1.5 seconds. Jax being the champion that I believe to require the least amount of brain cells to succeed with the exception of Tryndamere, but the reason I put Jax above Tryndamere is just because you don't succeed with Tryndamere. You usually just feed unless it's in bronze. So we are now into the game, boys, and that is going to be just looks like standard jungle starts. We had a ping out at the very beginning, and yes, it is going to be an invade. Chicken Legs doesn't look like he's going to commit to it just yet. Thresh is coming down, so they will have CC if this turns into something. The ADC is out of position down towards the bot lane. No free names. They are going in. And it's going to be a hook onto Many, but the counter stun onto Chicken Legs disengages everything. But I Love Chicken Legs is still going forward, but wisely decides to back out, knowing that everything is sniffed out. A little bit of damage down on the Phantom Attempt, and that's going to be it. Yeah, so.
As reconnect, sorry, I caught the end of that fight.
It wasn't much of a fight. Basically, no free names, threw his hook into the bush and managed to hit somebody, and then Tarek dropped a stun, and then nothing happened. So you didn't miss anything important.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So now that all of the shenanigans are done, we're lining up, and it's just going to be standard red-blue starts. Many taking down his red, and then that's going to be taking the blue on the opposite side of the map. Mid lane, a little bit of trading going down, but trading always favors the healer. So the issue that's going to come through for Calm Poison, already chugging that pot, level 1, whereas Vladimir will just be able to heal up as much as he wants to. Phantom Attempt did not go back to get more health, so that could definitely bode ill considering he has a range disadvantage. What do you think about these matchups so far?
We'll see if Poison here can abuse the early game of Vladimir
and not capitalize
headshot. Well, I got the headshot and keeping him below half HP right now. See if they do anything there. They hit the level 2 first, but just at the same time.
Yeah. Wait, Squee? Hold on. Why is he not running lethal tempo? Oh, stun. That's going to be the exhaust coming down on no free names. The hook lands, but Comsquee continuing to go forward. He's got a lot of spears in him, and Phantom Attempt going to drop the Ren just to disengage the fight real fast. Talmari trading onto Delicious Steel fairly well right now, but he is down cooldowns. Delicious Steel electing not to trade back in that very large wave. And this gives Squee complete control of the wave. But Many is coming in, and he's landed the Q, and I Love Chicken Legs is on the backside right here. He's stunned up. And that is going to be first blood going over to Many, who has the double buffs right now. Not going to go for the dive under the turret. Nijat just going to back off real quick, and he's going to be okay. So that is going to be first blood over to the Lee Sin. If you're going damage Lee Sin, it's always nice to have that. Now, as I was saying before, what do you think about Comsquee picking up what is that the new one? Hail of Blades.
Hail of Blades?
Yeah.
I've not seen Hail of Blades run on Caitlyn. A lot of times I see Fleet footwork, gives you that sustain, and then that mobility in late game team fights. So Hail of Blades is an interesting one. I've seen it. I think the only ADC I've seen it run is Jhin, which is now meta and sometimes on Misfortune. Also went with a Cull start too.
Oh, I did not see that.
The Cull start's not too bad, and especially into this matchup with Kalista, as they can't punish. Delicious Seal doing some damage to the Aatrox in the top lane is going to trade a lot of his HP for it, though.
Yeah, Telmare laning very well. I love Chicken Legs down on the bot side, and that is going to become Squee in trouble, but he's not. He's going to get... Wait, Phantom Temp might get turned around on right here. Forced to blow the heal. There is a minion wave with Calm Squee. They win this fight if they continue to take it. Chicken Legs knows this, and he keeps going forward. I love Chicken Legs. That's so confusing to shoutcast. Oh my gosh. I love Chicken Legs. Forced to leap, strike away, and that is going to be the advantage. Slap, flash forward, Chicken Legs. And that is going to be Phantom of Temp, almost neutral down there. Fighting in a minion wave. There is a cannon minion here that's going to deal a lot of damage. And Calm Squee going to take most of his health in that trade, but they are going to force the back out of Phantom of Temp. They should shove this wave in rapidly and look to back themselves.
So Shield goes back in on Telmare and just gets traded back. I don't think he wants to fight this until he has a few items. We'll see what he decides to do.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It doesn't seem to be going his way. However, Delicious Seal having that meditate is giving him a lot of lane priority. He's taking bad trades through the Aatrox, who is a very powerful champion.
I see what he's doing, actually. He's putting all his points into his meditate. He's got 3 levels in it. And then he's trying to force trades with his Aatrox, and then use his higher leveled meditate to bring him back up to full HP, and then go back in for another trade.
And it seems to be working fairly well. Calm Poison going to get engaged on by I Love Chicken Legs.
See if they can get the counter strike. The flash used early by Calm Poison, flash into the counter strike. Ulti comes down from Nijot and finish him off with that ultimate. Temeni comes in, does not land the Q, and they're just gonna run away. That was great play from Chicken Legs. This Chicken Legs.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to differentiate that.
Yeah, I love Chicken Legs pathing very well toward that top side coming up behind, and unfortunately Syndra not respecting her lack of vision, playing very far forward into Nijot, gets ganked, and she really should have been able to survive that. And she was playing so far forward. She did have flash, but that didn't help her against the counter strike. Managed to get her locked up and taken down. I want to see Calm Squee freeze this wave right here. And Chicken Legs, while Calm Squee didn't do it, Chicken Legs did. Very well played. They should knock out 2 more minions right here and just allow the wave to freeze. Delicious Seal going in for a trade.
Go for a fight, trying to bring Jackson to get the kill on Telmare. They both have ultimates. Delicious Seal uses his. Tyler's just going to walk out without having to burn his ult either.
Yeah, there was no way they were going to get that kill right there once Telmare managed to disengage it. Chicken Legs posturing forward aggressively, and Poison just going to throw a stun and walk out.
Not going to land and walk back mid.
Yeah, Poison not going to lose anything for that because Vladimir isn't shoving very fast. There is a cannon wave there. So shove the wave.
Oh. I think Wraith is lagging out there. Chicken Legs go for the stun. Just miss on to no free names. The shield goes back in for a trade. Will Telmare use the World Ender to try and pick him off? He uses Ignite. World Ender comes down. Meditate gets channeled. All the resistances of the heal. Telmare goes down to tower, but has that World Ender. As Temeni comes in mid, forces the pool out of Nijot on the Vladimir. See if Telmare just pushes this in and back off. Seal goes in, gets caught. Gets pulled back in with the root after flashing. Did not make it out of the zone, but he still has enough HP. Doesn't go down. Timer doesn't want to tank that. Stun comes down on the no free names on this Thresh. Headshot from the 90 caliber net. Gets him low with the Q. Not able to get it. Temeni comes top. Uses the kick to fit it to push Just Seal out of the meditate, and he gets away again with. How does he get away with this? Chicken Legs is here in the top lane. Was Seal trying to go that? Calm Squee uses the ulti on the no free names, gets blocked by Phantom of Temp. Fight's happening on both the top and the bottom lane right now. I think Wraith is still experiencing some difficulties. Mr. Seal's still alive in the top lane after the meditate. He has 4 levels of this meditate now. We'll see if Temeni's going to try and go in again. He lands Sonic Wave and he kills with the Sonic Wave. Or the remedy. Was it end up being the Resonating Strike? Sorry, Sonic Wave plus Resonating Strike. Nijot in the mid lane has a small CS or almost 10 CS advantage at this point. As we look across the board, both the bottom lane and the top lane for Paid by Cody have pretty substantial CS leads. We lost him. Oh no. Oh, what's gonna end up here for how it looks on the stream? I'm not sure. Yeah, pretty substantial leads for the top lane. Talymare on this Aatrox and for Comsquee on this Caitlyn into that matchup. They're keeping them under tower, which is making it really hard for Phantom Attempt to get anything done. We'll see when it comes to team fights if he can stay back, stay alive from, or avoid comp poison, I guess. In team fights, it's going to be the big problem for him. Okay. Okay. We have too many waiting in the bot lane. See if they go for a dive here. In the meantime, I didn't get to see that one. Nijot dives Calm Poison and gets the kill. As Temeni comes in the bot lane, Cosmic Radiance gets used. The heal is forced out of Phantom Attempt. Chicken Legs might go down. He uses the flash to get away from the last turret shot. Comes Squeeze, force flash too, and Phantom Attempt comes down. And there comes the ace in the hole to finish him off. Talymare getting ganked in the top lane. It uses the World Ender to stay alive from that gank. I think perfect timing. It might have just come up too. A good dive in the bottom lane. I think they could have played it a little bit better, but they get out with the flashes and clean up the last two kills. We have a 3-0-1 Lee Sin now and a 1-0-1 Caitlyn, who has a 30 CS lead.
Guys, I'm going to actually tap in. It's Jay Kelton here. I know that you can't see me, so you'll just have to enjoy listening to me in the background because I'm going to tap in as Raven is currently gone. So they're going to keep
Phantom Attempt.
Is a nice engage in the bottom side. Yeah, they're going to be able to see a cut down. Phantom Attempt dropped extremely low, is taken down. Now no free names on the run. Comsquee coming in, getting a couple extra shots. Unfortunately, we don't get our fancy camera zoom out as Creator Suite has decided to quit. They just are on vacation. Creator Suite's on vacation, kind of like Wraith on cooldown. So maybe we'll eventually get them working again. I actually have to talk to the creator. I have pretty good communication with him on Twitter as Compoison finds the double stun on the bottom side. But pretty crazy game so far. Blue side 5 kills to the 2.
Says your mic's kind of low, by the way.
Okay, I can pump it up a little bit. Thank you guys for letting me know. It should be fixed now. But I'm kind of filling in as the play-by-play if you want to take over the color casting Otter.
Okay.
And I will just be the invisible ghost in the background, guys. You can't see me, and that's okay. That is quite all right.
I'm super zoomed in. It's fine. Won't worry about it. Nothing's happening.
Not much is happening in the game, as it's just 5 kills to 2. Blue side's had some pretty heavy aggression on the top side, as well as some pretty fancy moves on the bottom as well. You can see that Syndra 0-2 struggling in the mid lane, but it's the 4-0-1 Lee Sin that's had a huge impact in this game. And Temeni said before the stream that jungle was not his strong suit. It's a huge credit over to this guy for being able to pull out this Lee Sin so far. Whereas for the red side, Vladimir 2-0-0 on that mid lane. He's the only one who's really doing well, but there's still heavy amounts of scaling potential with that Jax.
And the Yi as well. They have two. Their top half of the map is very high scaling champions who struggle a lot in their early game and really start to shine with a hit about 2 to 3 items. And we'll see what Phantom Temp can do on this Kalista moving towards the late game as well. In team fights, he should be able to stay in the back and stay away from most people and try and pick off or get his damage off without being touched because of these 3 front laners as Nijot comes to the bot lane.
Yep, there's a little attempt at the gank, but not much happened. It really was kind of Taric and Caitlyn just walking out of it. It's a little bit difficult to gank a Taric, especially when you're grouped up, because one stun can kind of completely reset the fight. It is an Ocean Drake on the early side. Neither team desperate for it, but Vladimir certainly would enjoy it with that extra healing. And as he scales later into the game, being able to kind of reset some of those team fights with a huge, delicious seal, uses the ultimate to hop out of the chains from the Aatrox. So good moves on that Yi, which I gotta say, the numerous ganks up there again and again, I love it. We do have the ult on the bottom side used by both Kalista and Taric. So that's going to be healing these 3 members up because Lee Sin came out
my
of nowhere.
goodness.
He was hiding in the brush, and now we see them chasing in onto the Jax. Double kill to the Lee Sin. Temeni is a monster and destroys the bottom lane. Double kill for blue side.
Temeni's doing insane amounts of damage with that Tempest, his E there. Just melting Phantom Attempts Kalista as he's going to find no free names here as well, it looks like. Stun lands onto Nijat on the Vladimir. They might be able to get out. Calm Poison comes back in, lands the stun. And they're not going to fall off. They both just walk away, but insane amounts of damage coming out of Temeni on the Sin.
So you got to give some credit over to Phantom Attempt for trying to make a proactive play on that bottom side, but you really have to do your homework. You need to know where the jungler is before you engage in some of those fights. Temeni have been able to sneak into that bottom side brush earlier. It doesn't take much to toss a ward in, and they would have immediately known, hey, Lee Sin's here, this is a 3 versus 3 fight, not what we necessarily want. And Big then, as well, having that vision on blue side to know that the engage was happening, immediately Calm Chicken Legs throwing out the ult kind of reset that fight and was beautifully well done considering that most Tarics I've seen fail their ults a couple of different times. Either fight doesn't happen or it just doesn't do much. Times out as Talamere flashes in the top side. His ultimate not going to do that much because he didn't get any damage down, and so Delicious Steel goes underneath the turret, flashes forward to get the last auto attack, and takes out that Aatrox, giving a desperately needed 3rd kill over to red side.
You're going to need to start finding more fights into that, either the top lane, onto the Jax or the Yi. Or getting kills on this Jax and Yi.
Wraith is back, so
yes,
ladies and gentlemen, we'll go back to your regularly scheduled casters and enjoy.
So guys, I have a great story. As usual, my PC decided that it doesn't like really running anything, and I usually have underneath this little fan cooling thing, but I have to unplug it to plug in my webcam, so it keeps overheating because it's old. So what I ended up doing is running into my roommate's room, grabbing his extension cord, unplugging my cord charger. The reason I have to unplug is I don't have enough USB ports. So I grabbed and unplugged my USB charger, and I now have like this extension cord draped over the top of my my setup, and I have my laptop cooling fan plugged into my phone charger, and it's working. So we shouldn't have any problems. In other news, I also found the toothbrush I've been looking for
No free names! I hate to interrupt you, but no free names just landed 2 crazy hooks to get 2 kills onto both Calm Poison and Calm Squee. As Temeni comes in, Calm Radiance comes down, he lands a kick on to 2. No free names in trouble here. Hooked onto Temeni. See if they can turn this around. As moved me back up to top lane as Talamere is trying to take down the tower. As Shield's going to finish him off. Gets the tower, but trades for his life. And the mid lane... Temeni took down I Love Chicken Legs on this Jax. What's up?
I am not yet in game. My my league is still loading in.
Okay.
So
let me know when you get in.
Assisting you in casting momentarily.
We're back to stable. Phantom Attempt gets the bottom lane turret low. Is not going to finish off. This Shield might be able to get this top lane turret. Temeni's waiting in the wings. We go and uses it. Just clears the wave. Might back off here. We got 7-0 Lisa. And this Aatrox going for an interesting build. I don't know if I've seen this. I don't know if you've seen this, Wraith. That the Lethality Aatrox building Duskblade first item.
Well, Lethality is usually used just as this kind of a win more strategy. If you're ahead, it's good. If you're behind, it's absolutely awful. The problem is it doesn't scale super well if the enemy has any measure of tank on the enemy team. But one of the main things that we talked about in this game was that the complete absence of tanks. So he's not really going to get punished for it. I don't see a reason why he shouldn't necessarily go for it if there's no disadvantage to it. He's going that electric.
Squee doing a lot of damage on this Caitlyn. Ace in the Hole, I believe, just got canceled. He's gonna take 3 tower shots for that. Just walked forward, but healed up a little bit by the Taric. Ace in the Hole got canceled by the Bloodwell, a Sanguine Pool.
Yeah.
They're knocking on this mid lane tower. Should be able to take this down as nobody. Even Aatrox is coming down. They don't really have anybody to defend for the side of. beat it in the chat. I'm too many. I can play every role. I was thinking like get caught by Aatrox W, forced to counter strike, and Ace in the Hole comes down, uses the Thresh Lander to get out. Jot flashes forward, lands the ultimate onto Squee, will go down to that. The Taric shield is just not enough to save him. Will they continue to fight this? Delicious Shield getting caught by the W, be able to walk out before the hook lands. Good double stun from Poison. As Fatal comes out, No Free Names goes in. Well, the box comes down, lands hook onto Chicken Legs. In the middle, Italian Mare on the Aatrox gets the World Ender. To many, finding the kill onto the back line of Otterly Adorable. Finishes off. As Tomeni got a quadra kill in that fight, a crazy fight for them. Stun comes down from Chicken Legs on a Nijot as he shuts down Tomeni's Lee Sin, not able to get the pentakill. Squee TP's in, might be able to find this final shot. Does not get it. Crazy team fight there.
Tomeni with the attempt at the solo carry, 11-1 on this Lee Sin. Going in and managing to find 4 for himself, but too little, too late. Lee Sin doing work for his team, doing work for himself, but not able to carry against everybody so far. They do end up winning the fight. He does get taken down, though, so not keeping himself alive. And they're not able to pick up that turret. Unfortunately, the wave did get cleared out in the course of that fight. Almost getting the pentakill for himself, though, which would have been...
That would have been super hype. He did pick up the quad.
Usually.
The first couple seconds of that fight, he took out both the Thresh and the Jax, and I didn't really get to see that happen. I believe he kicked them through each other. As Delicious Shield dove into the backline and got Poison. They're back to really skilled to fight. Delicious Shield using the Highlander does manage to pick him up. He has that Rage Blade now with the Vampiric Scepter. Gonna be really hard for Chalimere to fight him in the 1v1.
Yeah, what he did right before that, and this is just going to be the Drake going over. They should not fight this because they're down a member. I love Chicken Legs going into Poison right there. Not going to get neutral down. The Tomeni is going to manage to take down the Drake. Nijot on the back line, going to take out Squee. The I Love Chicken Legs get the kill credit for that, but Tomeni is going to be taken down, traded for a turret on the top side, but that is going to be a resounding team fight victory for red team, but that is going to be also a two turrets taken onto the top side. An incredible lead despite the fact that they do trade over that Mountain Drake. Entirely not worth it, though. Tomeni getting neutraled out and sectioned off in that fight didn't allow him to get onto the backline, and his team ended up paying for it.
Timer might get caught here in the jungle. Counter goes down. They're just gonna walk away from each other. Interesting trade. I still won that fight 4v5. Didn't get the dragon. Fatal comes out just to save. No free names there from the stun.
Yeah. It's a cautionary ultimate, not necessarily a bad thing, because you wouldn't usually see Chicken Legs walking into 2 members with the stun up unless he had assistance. So even though there was no threat of Thresh going down there, pulling him to safety, probably the best call. Well played by Phantom of Temp. And the turret is going to go down to minions. Squee not able to save that one. Caitlyn not great at wave clear, even though she did... What the... Static Shiv before... What build is she going?
She's Shiv and then IE, possibly?
Yeah, but that's a long time ago. It's Storm Razor into crit and then into IE. New IE is just... It's a terrible item to get before number 3, and some people just skip it altogether. The 10% true damage just really doesn't do that much, but that is going to be an attempt from Talmare to catch out I Love Chicken Legs, but it's not going to go anywhere. No free names, just clearing out some wards on the bot side. And we've kind of gone into a holding pattern right here. So what do you think of the state of the game? Recap me on all the fascinating details.
We've had a few team fights. You were MIA fixing your computer stuff.
And finding my
we'll see how Paid by Cody. I had the wrong screen open. Hang on one. There we go. We'll see how Paid by Cody plays out the next team fight, because a lot of their gold and all their kills basically are on Timena's Lee Sin, who can do a lot of damage to their backline, but they need somebody to kill off this Vladimir. Otherwise, they still might just lose the team fight altogether, which we ended up seeing. Timeni still got that quadra kill, and they walked away with 2 members alive, but nobody was able to kill the Vlad, who finished him off and finished off another member in that fight. So we'll see if they can get somebody to get an EXE at some point, probably on this Caitlyn, and stop the Vlad's healing and turn that team fight around for them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. An Executioner's Calling needs to be in the cards for somebody on this team, and sooner rather than later. You do have the Bramble Vest on the Aatrox, but that's not really going to help much. The Grievous Wound... What? The
Fan of Attempt just got deleted by Timeni. Cosmic Radiance might save them here. The kick comes out on the 2 as the Blast Kiln is going to lead Timeni to his death. Telling right in the back, uses World's Ender, will fall to Delicious Seal and I Love Chicken Legs. This should be the Baron for Otterly Adorable.
Yep, this is definitely going to be the Baron for Otterly Adorable right now, because you only have the ADC and the support up. The Seal is in the top lane pushing, but he could easily come down to assist this. And it's going to be 2 more kills given over if they try to... Hold on! Vladimir should be tanking this up. I Love Chicken Legs is not going to be able to sustain this if he's the only one taking aggro. They're only at half health, and Chicken Legs is almost dead. Hold on. Seal is going to be in toward that backside, and Chicken Legs is going to have some issues right here, using the Alpha Strike to jump over. He's going to get the refresh on that really quick and force the flash out of Calm Squee. I Love Chicken Legs almost going down for that one. For some reason, Nijot not walking forward and tanking the Baron. But all is well. Seal on the backside, keeping them safe from any sort of a turnaround. So, current state of the game, we have 13 kills to 16 kills in the favor of Otterly Adorable. Paid by Cody has 2 Drakes to 0, 40,000 gold to 42,000 gold. So while it does feel like Otterly Adorable's in a massive lead right now, they're really only up 2,000 gold, a little less than that right now. The issue is that their lead is spread out among multiple members. Yeah, I mean, you have 4 kills on Jax, 4 kills on Vladimir, and 6 kills on Yi, versus the 12 kills on this Lee Sin and 1 kill on Caitlyn. If they kill Lee Sin, the fight is over for Paid by Cody.
And so many on this Lee Sin also doesn't have any mattresses to this point, which is not very good considering Nijot is this insanely strong Vladimir right now.
Yeah. 4-0 on the Vlad is definitely doing well for himself, and, well, Vladimir's just going to be impressive. What on earth is Chicken Legs doing? He just, like, walked into Seal, and, okay, that's probably going to be an inhibitor, if not 2.
Timer goes in with the World Ender, does get a lot of damage on Nija on the Vlad. Will just back away. I believe the ultimate from Syndra went down on Nija, but it was negated by the pool.
Yeah.
As Delicious Seal, they're doing the one I didn't talk about it at the time, but the 1-3-1 strat starting to come out from Otterly Adorable with the Jax in the side lane and Delicious Seal in the side lane. Z goes in, might be able to win this 1v2 against many. He does win the 1v2 against many. Anti-Tower doesn't have the World Ender available. He's going to die to minions, I believe. Gets hit by the Scat of the Week. Will go down for it.
Yeah. Going for that 1v5 outplay, but unfortunately, Calm Poison did have the Scat of the Week up, knocking him out of the healing and the extra damage reduction. So he does manage to go down after only taking 2 and the inhib turret. Chicken Leg's going to move forward onto no free names. He's just going to throw out the hook. He got to be careful right now. The Thresh does have the backup from the Vladimir now, so he can be a little more confident having that kind of energy behind.
Your overlay is split onto the... Or your in-game is turned to team fight, I believe. Alright, go for it, Reed.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, so current state. Chicken Leg's just going to hold on, no free names. Looks like he is caught out right now.
Here.
He's going to get kicked back into the team. Temeni going to lock that down, and it is going to be Talmari who picks it up with the Ignite, I believe.
They did use a lot for that.
Yeah, they did, but as nobody is in position to press an objective or force a fight, those cooldowns will most likely come back up in good time. You did use the Lee Sin kick and the Caitlyn ultimate, but are two fairly low value ultimates, especially the Caitlyn ult. Like an auto attack does more damage.
Temeni's kick actually should be up by the time they fight again, so we'll see it.
It's 3/4 the way up now. Phantom of Temp. Oh.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Chicken Legs and Phantom of Temp moving down the mid lane real quick. Temeni is going to be hiding behind this wall right here. If he can manage to get a kick onto the Vladimir, there's a possibility of them taking him down. The problem's going to be Sanguine Pool. Going to be an issue for them right there. But Temeni still moving through the jungle, because really, if Paid by Cody is going to come back into this, Temeni is going to have to be the one to do it, don't you think?
Delicious Seal's getting caught by 4 members. They're trying to set up that 1-3-1 that I talked about, but Delicious Seal got caught by 4, and Chicken Legs in the top lane gets the World Ender out of Talamere. We'll see if they manage to press this mid lane. Chicken Legs might be pushed off. They don't have the pressure in mid lane to keep this 1-3-1 up.
Yeah, currently the Callista and the Vladimir backed off. And Temeni is way overextended. He could get caught right here. Chicken Legs also caught out of position. Nijat looking for the fight right here, and Chicken Legs is going to get caught out. He does get the hook, and the ultimate is going to be coming down. Comsquee going forward. He is kiting back, but Nijat has a direct line onto him. The leap strike is going to be canceled out, but the Comsquee is going to go down very quickly. Nijat in the back line has the refresh up, and he is going to be doing massive damage. Ghost Pop, he's going underneath the turret, but decides to back off.
I think a push in mid should be able to get this inhibitor as Delicious Seal's TPing into the bot lane. They should be able to get 2 inhibitors, possibly 3 if this top wave can push down from that team fight, as 3 members of Paid by Cody are down.
They are going to be trying to knock down this turret. Almost managed to get a really good hook onto Phantom of Temp. Talmari going in, and he's going to take down the Callista, but might trade his life back for it. Manages to get away. Good stun by Calm Poison, who might end up getting the trade kill. Misses the skill shot, though. He's going to trade his life over Nijat. No! Nijat does not go for it, despite the fact that he does have the Sanguine Pool available. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, everything is happening. Delicious Seal going in onto 3. He's not going to manage. He's going to get kicked back into turret rage. Temeni holding the kick, and the Alpha Strike comes out. Another kill coming through, and Temeni is going to manage to shut down. Can we get a break? Nijat posturing forward, going to get the kill onto Poison. Yes, the electrocute comes through. Temeni looking for the outplay. He steps onto a trap, though. Is he going to be able to deal the damage? It doesn't look like he's going to, and he's going to go down. Wow.
Woo. Delicious Seal's becoming a problem, and they still can't deal with Vladimir. This is looking too good for Paid by Cody here.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. That's the exact issue. It's the Vladimir. I mean, crazy damage coming through him. 6-1, doing great for him. What do you think? If Paid by Cody's going to come back, how is it going to happen?
They need to find that collapse that they did before on a Delicious Seal in that plan, to stop the split push, and then they need to win that next 5v4 team fight by killing this Vlad at the beginning of the fight, and then they can turn around, get Baron off of a good team fight, and then push out these waves and try and get some turrets of their own. There's 8-3 turret lead for Otterly Adorable, and they now have 2 inhibs down in mid and bot lane, as Chicken Legs gonna find the pick onto Tarek. Cosmic Grenades does come down, might keep him alive for a little bit.
Chicken Legs with the stun! Phantom of Temp is gonna go down.
Damage. Takes him out. It still has World Ender. I love Chicken Legs on the Jack. It's gonna move forward. Does not find the counter strike. If they can find this will be great for Paid by Cody.
Yeah.
No free names is gonna get caught. Kick comes back in onto Jax. They push him back into the middle of the team. He is going to get away. Delicious Seal is now here with Nijot. Squee is trying to run away.
Kill.
Gets
2 kills.
And Nijot in the backside is going to take down Aatrox as Delicious Seal and Nijot win this fight. Come for the cleanup 2v5, I believe, as everyone was still up. Delicious Seal's gonna...
Delicious Seal going for the solo Baron. Can he do it? But Chicken Legs is gonna try and clear out the super minions, but he's a support. He doesn't have the damage. Who's gonna win the fight? It's Chicken Legs versus the minions. No, Nijot, it's a 1v1. This isn't fair. BM, boo, boo, and it's gonna be the minions taking down the Delicious Seal versus the Baron. This is interactive gameplay, guys. You're watching Delicious Seal beat up on a poor innocent Baron. Look at this guy. That's animal abuse right there. It's not even fair.
The minions will finish off the Nexus.
Yeah.
And that's GG for Otterly Adorable in the first game of the night.
Yeah, what initially was a paid by Cody favored game or a Temeni favored game ended up turning into a heavily Otterly Adorable favorite game in the end. So, MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts. So, honorable mention for the losing side, I'm going to give paid by Cody. I think Talmari deserves it for early laning phase, though late laning phase, Delicious Seal played it very well. Basically, what he ended up doing is leveling his W, like you mentioned earlier, and just playing for sustain for the early game until he hit that item break point. He got himself the Ginsu's Rage Blade, and once you have that on the Yi, you can stack it up on the wave and then just go for a straight all-in, because you have Conqueror stacked, and you also have the stacks from the Ginsu's Rage Blade. The amount of damage, because you're double procking your passive every few auto attacks, as well as double procking all of the other on-hit effects that you're going to have from your items. So Delicious Seal, incredibly powerful at that point, goes for the all-in and manages to take back control of the lane. But Talmari played the early laning phase very well, so that gets him the honorable mention. However, the MVP going straight over to Temeni. Wow. Great jungling in the early game, getting himself a huge advantage. First blood in the mid lane and then moving around the map, creating pressure. The problem is that none of his team ended up getting any of that gold. They got a little bit of laning advantage off of it, but 13 kills onto the Lee Sin, who's going to fall off in the late game. Not the best thing that you'd hope for. So Temeni, while he did do an excellent job and as a solo player and his ganks were on point, you would have wanted to see him on something either a little more late game scaling or to give those kills over to his team. All in all, I don't think it would have mattered, because we're going to move over to the other side. I don't think anybody's going to be surprised when they hear that actually these, I mean, you know who's tied for what. Nijot and Delicious Seal tied for the MVP, but I think I'm going to give the honorable mention over to Delicious Seal and the MVP over to Nijot. Delicious Seal doing work in the side lanes, knocking down pretty much every turret in the side lane solo, so getting heavy advantage both for himself and for his team. However, Nijot really won the team fights. So... and he's the one who ended up sectioning off Lee Sin and deleting the enemy team's advantage from the map. So I give it to Nijot for those reasons. But both players incredibly well played. And a shout out to I Love Chicken Legs, some good jungling and some good split pushing in toward that late game, managing to pull off the 1-3-1 fairly well. So those are your MVPs, honorable mentions, and shout outs. So I think we're about ready to get into game 2. Who's up for it?
That was a good play from Nijot. Props to you on the Vlad, also being their only winning lane in the early game, as bot lane was struggling with Temeni coming down there a few times and Temeni going up to the top lane, and just Seal not being able to get, or playing Yi in the early game into Aatrox is not a fun matchup anyway. But Vladimir did win that early fight, or early laning phase.
Yeah, definitely. definitely winning that early laning phase as well. Let's Viety pointing out that for the 3rd week running, I am Salic.
The order is given.
I am still Salic.
Oh, we're gonna go to a break between game 1 and 2, short break, as some stuff gets set up, and we'll be ready for game 2.
The order is given.